Alrighty, what's up, you scumbag motherfuckers? Peter Gilmore here for this Tuesday evening video right here on Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below on this channel and all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And don't forget to share this video all over the internet. And most importantly, tap that bell and turn on all my notifications so you never, ever, ever miss an upload. And if you do, well, sorry, the neighbor was outside. So, getting this card. So hit the bell, because if you don't, you will miss out. And you don't want to do that. But if you do, well, fuck you, man. That's it. All right. On this Tuesday evening, June the 22nd, 2021, we got NXT coming up in just under an hour. So I'm going to try to get this done pretty quick. So we'll get that. But before I do, just want to go on a little rant. I would do this on my rant channel, but I felt like, the need. If I do it, it's gonna like 5 minutes. But I get, that's that. So I just want to do a little rant on now on my last my last stream I did on the good old fashioned TGC Reborn channel that I did, I believe, when did I do that? Saturday or Sunday, I think it was. I think it was Sunday. I forget. Well, the last time, you know what it was. Just go on my TGC Reborn channel. It is what it is. No, it was yesterday. I'm sorry. Apologize. I forget when I do videos. It is what it is. All right. On yesterday's video, on when I was talking about different random wrestling news, I talked about a whole bunch of things, so go watch it on that, stuff like that. So did that. And that was that. Sorry, I'm having trouble breathing right now, but it is what it is. Shouldn't be drinking this, but it is what it is. I don't care. So well, actually, I take that back. On my last Gilmore TGC Reborn stream, I did it. We had fun. It was awesome and everything. Good stuff. And I would say not 10 minutes later, thanks for the view, fucker. Yeah, keep going 1-0. Go 1-0, because you're not going to come in here and do shit. Lick my balls, bitch. And anyway, so I did the stream, and then like 15, 20 minutes later, I get a notification, and guess what? I get another age restriction. Oh, that's just great. That's just great. So this is the 8th time I got an age restriction on my video. I mean, doesn't YouTube get it by now? These automated bots, the automated system, don't they get it already? That my channels are all marked as not made for kids. I mean, 18 and up. So I had to write another appeal, bash freaking Susan and everybody else. And maybe an hour or two later, gone. It was gone. So that was it. So yeah. So 8 for 8, my friends. So I'm batting 1,000. Batting better than the Yankees. Ooh, gotta love it. But yeah, so I took it. I took it as like, man, another fucking appeal. It was fucking garbage. I was like, just more bullshit from YouTube. I peeled it. 2 hours later, gone. But I thought about it. Is it really YouTube? Their failed automated system doing this? So I thought about it. And over the many years I've been on this website, 12 goddamn years, I've had my share of trolls that have tried, I've flagged me down in the past, but I kept coming back like Chucky. Kept coming back, I was smart back then because I knew all the shit people try to take me down. So I was smart, and I made backup accounts. So when the channel did go down, I didn't go into a humongous rage. I was like, this fucking shit, yeah. I lost a lot of subs, but it is what it is. I rebuild. So blah blah blah. So over the last couple of years, I've had just an annoyance of trolls. Especially now with the trolls that are coming out of the woodwork, the same freaking people. I was talking to my good buddy Fan of YouTube on Twitter. We talk almost not every day, but all the time because we're such good friends. Not like that, but it is what it is. And he told me, he said, well, I don't think, maybe it's not YouTube doing it to you. It's trolls trying to take you down. And I was like, yeah, probably, the ones I have right now, some, just bunch of fucking idiots. A dumb fat fuck from Massachusetts named Steve Colt. Another fat fuck from Texas, Trevor the fat fuck. And they got another guy named, his channel name is Nick Ers. Yeah, Nick Ers, get it? Who's not even a black guy, he's a white guy. From the exposing video he tried to do with me, he's looking for me. Wrong part of Jersey you were in, you stupid fuck. So, wrong part of Jersey. Because there was no snow. He did this video 3 months ago when we had that blizzard. Remember when we had the blizzard? Yeah, I think we had the blizzard and it snowed after that, a day or two after that. Yeah, it's 20 inches of snow. So this stupid fuck does a video, looking, trying to look for me. And I told him, come to Livingston. So this fuck thinks he goes to Livingston. It was the wrong part of Livingston. It didn't even was Livingston. So it didn't look like Jersey to me. But he thinks it was, but it is what it is. And it had a whole bunch of snow. My area, not much snow. Not much snow on the ground. So yeah, he looked like a complete idiot. And then, he's coming out like, oh, Peter, you're a liar. You lied 12 fucking years. You don't have a car. You live in your mom's basement. You don't own a house. You don't do this. You're on disability, this and that. And I have to, do what I always do. You know what I do? I tell the truth. And I've said it many times. I'm going to, I'll debunk it again. I'll keep debunking it till the cows come home. People say I'm the P word. No valid proof. All they can say is that, oh, you said this and that to Trap Queen Britney. This and that. Labeling me the P word in 2012. And I debunked it. And then they kept saying it, even though me and Trap Queen Britney, had our, arguments like late 2015. But now we're friends. We're good friends. But the friends that she has are fucking douchebags named the Smart Busters, especially Righty, the right Smart Buster. He keeps thinking I'm the P word, but he's like, oh, I'm just doing it for fun. Yeah, bullshit, you stupid, ugly motherfucker. Fuck you. He said it in his stream, and then all the trolls come like, oh, yeah, I agree. Just to get clout. And what, because my good buddy, I obviously know my tennis, told me, so I went on the Schmuck Busters stream. I didn't say anything. I wanted to, but I was like, fuck them. And I didn't see anything in the chat, and I was like trying to pinpoint what timestamp that Righty said it. I couldn't find it, so. But it was like okay, it's irrelevant anyway. And then I went on Facebook. I talked to Brittany. I sent her a message. It's like, so I heard Righty say call me the P word, and then she's like, oh he blah blah blah. He's like, oh, he knows we're friends. That's why he's he calls you the P word because we're friends. Jealous. He's a little jealous cuck. That's what he is. With a small cock, I bet. So fuck him. So that's that. And to this Nick Urs guy whose name is not Nick. His name is not Nick. I mean, he says he's 20 years old. He says he lives in the Jersey Shore. I beg to differ with that. When I grill him, I show some proofs. Give me a goddamn freaking license, and registration. Because he says he has a car, he has a Lamborghini. Bullshit. It's just bullshit. Everything that this douchebag says is fucking lies. And I fucking buried him every freaking time. So once again, I have a car. Showed it off on Instagram. Showed me driving the car on Instagram. I took the video down because I didn't feel like, it needed to be up there. And no, I wasn't in an Uber. Still can't prove that. So, blah, blah. Got a great job. More money than this fucker makes. I'm getting paid 3 times. Tomorrow, Friday, and next week. Eat it. So, because I got a bonus. So, own my own house, pay my own bills. I'm married. You're not. Got a fake ass girlfriend, probably. Looks like an ugly fucking whore. That's all I gotta say about that. Who cares? Who cares about these fucking trolls, man? But, fan of YouTube's telling me, it's like, oh, Steve and Trevor and everyone, all these other stupid people, they're trying to flag you down. Like, go ahead. Go ahead. Try to do the age restriction shit. Because I know you've been doing it 8 times. So, not gonna work. So, it is what it is. So all you people I mentioned, fuck you. Fuck you. That's all I gotta say about that. Try to come see me. That's all I gotta say. Or, as us great Italians say, come at me, bro. That's it. Come at me. But you're not. It's a bunch of clout chasing pussies. That's it. All right. And moving on from that bullshit. And I bet you somebody clipped it. Ooh, I don't care. I don't care if you clip it. I don't care what you do with it. I'm going to get you for slander. Yeah, okay. Many people have said that. Dave25, Steve Coat, even that little fuckboy Sean's Entertainment tried to slander me. Just says, I'm going to take you to court. I said, go ahead. I said, go ahead. The judge will just laugh at you. So, kiss my ass. I've never told a lie on this fucking website. Or in my life, period. I'm always truthful to my fans. When I tell you something about my life, it's true. And I'm serious about it. And that's it. So, you don't believe it? Kiss my Italian ass and suck my big fat Italian super cock. Okay? And then choke on my sperm, okay? That's all I gotta say about that. All right. Nick's my good buddy Nick Infanti's in the chat, as always. My main supporter, my main man, part of the mod squad, and the prophecy, of course. Says hello. What's up, Nick? How you doing on this Tuesday evening? Getting clearing up finally. It was raining all fucking day. I just went out for a little walk and it was raining. Now it's about to clear up, thank God. It's gonna cool down. It's very chilly outside. 64 degrees outside. Thank the Lord. But tomorrow's supposed to be like 76. It's gonna be cool, but not as warm as the last couple of days. But it is what it is. All right, so Nick says, the topic at hand goes right now. Before we get to the comments again, right now it is time. It's time for your late and out of date Monday night review for June the 21st, 2021 from the Thunderdome in Tampa, Florida at the Youngling Center once again. All right, this was the aftermath of Hell in a Cell, which was that was an pay-per-view, but had a lot of things happen on that show. Bobby Lashley beat Drew McIntyre thanks to MVP to retain the WWE title inside Hell in a Cell. Bianca Belair beat Bayley to retain her SmackDown Women's Championship inside Hell in a Cell. Sami Zayn beat Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens is now out with a wrist injury, even though he's taking time off. Storyline-wise, wrist injury. Charlotte Flair beat Rhea Ripley by disqualification, but Rhea keeps her title. We had that. What else do we have? Yeah, we had a lot of stuff. That's all I gotta say about that. We had Alexa Bliss beat Shayna Baszler, using the mind powers on Nia Jax. I was slapping Reggie right in the face. So she won. That was an obvious win. Seth Rollins beat Cesaro. Even though Cesaro's up two matches to one, I think. Or 3 matches to 1. I forget what it was. But so we got all that at Hell in a Cell, and like I said, it was an show. So we come to last night on Monday Night Snore, and we had like I mentioned in my last video on Monday Evening Madness, it's not going to be a weekly show. Like I said, it may be, I don't know, because I don't have a lot of time on StreamYard. So I mentioned Raw, that we're gonna have qualifying matches last night for the Raw side for the men's and women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We had Drew McIntyre and Riddle, Randy Orton and his Motley's Voice against Johnny Drip Morrison, and we had AJ Styles taking on Ricochet And that was basically the gist for Monday Night Raw. And it is what it is. So Nick says it was a shit show last night. I'll show the comment. What a shit show last night Raw was. I beg to differ. I thought it was an actually decent show. It was an actually pretty decent show. Most of those Money in the Bank matches were upsets. If you didn't notice that. The people that we thought were going to win did not win. But it sets up other things for later on, which could happen at Money in the Bank. And on the women's side, we had a big upset. And especially in the first women's match, but the second one, it is what it is. And yeah, we got to talk about that second one, but we'll get to that in a minute. You know, Nick is going too far ahead as usual. You know, Nick, but Nick says, what the hell was Nikki Cross rant? I will talk about that in a minute because I'm going to paraphrase. I'm not going to go through all the results and all the segments because I want to save time because, you know, NXT is coming up in a half hour. So I want to try to finish this up by the time NXT goes on the air. But we'll see what happens with that. Nick says, Nick, what? Yeah, exactly. Nick, what? He's trying to say the N-word, but, you know, without the GG in it. You know, the N-word with the hard ER, not the hard A, but he put it Nick ERS. So if you say it fast, like I said, name is not Nick. He's not from Jersey. I highly doubt he is. Like I said, show me proof. Show me proof. Show me a driver's license. Show me a picture of your fucking fake girlfriend. Show me how much money you make. Because I think it's all fake. You know, you say you own your own house. You can't prove it. But you live in your mom's basement. And give me proof of your age because I don't think you're 20. That's all I got to say about it. So, yeah, fuck you, dude. And that's that. All right, really quickly for these last comments. True Lohan made that video about you from January 21st, 2021. Is that the video that this fake ass YouTuber did where it's supposedly me and Chase in a Barney costumes, you know, having, you know, just it was just an ugly gay video because it's two gay guys freaking in a Barney and Bebop costume, and says it's, yeah, it was, right? It says that we were, you know, it was just a horrible video saying that me and Chase would, you know, having gay sex and showing his basement or his house. I can't believe it's still up, and you know, it should be taken down for you know, sexuality, you know, for not, well, you know, for nudity, suggestive nudity, because it shows like the guy, you know, with a freaking spray, you know, one of those silly string cans, you know, simulating like he's like, you know, shooting out his load. And the account says it's a, you know, it's a female account. Bullshit. 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 That's Trevor Lando Travis's account. Why do you think his videos are on the channel? Because he can't put it up on his own channel. He's a fuck boy. Fat fuck. That's all I gotta say about that. But yeah, 11 dislikes, so good job doing that, little shit. Fuck you. All right, let's move on. All right, got Cubics in the chat, and Cubics is cool. He's a cool guy. Once in a while, you know. Excuse me. He said Raw sucks shit. Last couple of weeks it has, but other than that, this week was actually pretty decent. You know, some people have, you know, like I said, you have your own opinion. Nick has his own opinion. I have my own opinion. You know, but I thought it was pretty decent with the upsets. You know, but it had its moments, like, you know, the Nikki Cross thing, and the whole Shayna Baszler thing. Once again, gets fucking. She fucking loses. Boy. And the Rhea Ripley Charlotte segment was kind of corny. You know. And by the way, I know it's going up from from 1 to 2 and then back to 1, because I know it's all fuckboy trolls. Steve, Trevor, Nick, not you, Nick Infante, the other Nick, and other fuckboys that don't know their place. Keep it up. I don't care. Give me 13, 14 dislikes because of your fake accounts. That's all you got. That's all you can do is make fake accounts. Because you're a bunch of fuckboys and cowards. So kiss my black ass. I'm not black. Kiss my white Italian ass and suck my big Italian sausage. And that's that. All right. Good job, Nick. Good job. Already reported the video. Thank you. Good job. Good job. Shayna sent the Titus Skater. She's been there. She's been there for 3 months. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, let's get into this little quickie review before we get to NXT tonight. It's about a half hour away. All right. And it's a comment if you want. And I'll leave you a like, dislikes, and suck my, and then, jack off to me if you want. Because all the haters, that's what the haters do. They jack off me with their girlfriends, on my lap. Getting a good dick. But it's what it is. All right, so we start off Monday Night Raw with the almighty WWE champion Bobby Lashley comes out with his good buddy MVP. And once again, he's flanked by his group of hoes. The same hoes from Hell in a Cell, by the way. Same hoes. One of them is always on Bobby's Bobby's side. But this time, like last night, she was around MVP. She's getting tired of Bobby's cock and he wants MVP's dick. Isn't MVP married or something like that? Whatever. Free pussy is free pussy. That's all I gotta say about that. Anyways, Frank Blight is group of gals. I'm getting the VIP lounge, which is better. What does he say? It's better for you or something like that? Whatever. So MVP, he brags that Lashley retained. So Lashley gets on the mic. They're all sitting down, on the couches and stuff. So Lashley says that Drew pushed him to his limit, but he proved that he's still the almighty WWE champion. So then MVP, has some fine champagne, the finest in Orlando, or not Orlando, Tampa probably, the finest champagne. So he proposes a toast. So I'm all about to drink the champagne, and then we hear the music of the New Day. So we get Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods coming out, and Kofi's bringing out like a truck. And I'm like, are we gonna get the fucking pancakes again? I mean, how boring was that shit? Instead of pancakes, it's toast. Get it? Toast. Toast. I'm gonna get toast. I'm gonna toast you people over here. So they're bringing out a big thing of stupid shit. And then what did they do? What they did, remember when they had the tomatoes and started throwing at Randy Orton and Elias, Elias and Jackson Riker, and then they hit Randy by accident. Oh, Elias and Riker hit Randy by accident with the tomatoes. The stupid shit, with the Miz and Morrison. They start throwing toast. So like, this, Raw's starting off with a bang, if you will. So then MVP accuses Kofi of not taking things seriously, hanging out with his video game obsessed friend. So Kofi's like, not so fast, MVP. Remember, I beat Lashley. And then Lashley's like, well, Lashley's like, you're up here there, like I am with the trolls. I'm up here. The trolls are down here because they can all suck it. So Kofi starts laughing. He's like, well, I beat you. And he shows the footage of him beating Lashley, thanks to Drew McIntyre a few weeks ago. Then he talks about that he won the WWE title at WrestleMania 35. And then he beat Lashley, it was last week. Blah, blah, blah. So we see the clip, and then he's like, well, I guess now since I beat you, I'm going to challenge you for the WWE title at Money in the Bank. So I'm like, well, that's, there's Lashley's challenger for Money in the Bank. He's not, he's not going to go right to SummerSlam. So it's going to be Kofi against Lashley for the WWE title. So Lashley's like, okay, it's on. Accepts right away. Everybody's like, what are you doing? So Lashley's like, to be fair, we're going to make it a one-on-one match so your little butt buddy Xavier Woods doesn't get involved. So then he challenges Xavier Woods for a match later in the night. Xavier says, okay, that's cool. Then he cuts like a pretty decent promo. He starts cutting off MVP, and he tells the girls to shut up. Because like, hey, don't talk about my baby like that. Then he's like, he goes on with his accolades. And it's like, I got like 2 million subscribers on Up, Up, Down, Down. I'm on G4. Blah, 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 blah. So he says, okay, we're going to have a match, but not just any match. We're going to have a match. And he looks up, and we see it when the show started. We saw Hell in a... So it's the match for Hell in a Cell, and the match is on. So the USA Network got what they wanted. They were all pissed because Friday Night SmackDown got it, and then they went on Twitter and said like, "Oh, we don't get Hell in a Cell." So Vince croaked. Well, didn't croak, though we all want him to croak. So Vince gave in. He's like, "Okay, we'll put Hell in a Cell." Once again. So we got Friday night on network TV. Didn't do that great 1.92 rating. Had Hell in a Cell last night. Not last night. Sunday night. And then they had last night Hell in a Cell again. I think it was a little bit overkill, if you will. And that's that. So that's it. So that's the main event for last night. Xavier Woods and Bobby Lashley inside Hell in a Cell. But was not for the title. I'm like, okay. That made no sense, but all right. So yeah, I don't even know what the Raw rating is yet. I haven't looked at it, but it is what it is. So I gave that first segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. And all right, before we get to our first match, we had a segment from earlier today with AJ Styles and the Big Black Diesel almost. They run into War Machine for Eric, and AJ is because of Money in the Bank, and he's so sure that he's so sure that he's gonna beat them for the to retain the tag team title soon after that. But War Machine is like, nah. And then AJ slaps the turkey leg out of Ivor's hand, and then they head off. So that's that. You don't want to slap the turkey leg, because Ivor likes those turkey legs. And that's that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, after that, we get to the first Money in the Bank qualifying match. We have AJ Styles with the big black diesel almost at ringside, taking on Ricochet. And match, the couple had the first awesome, AJ, the Styles Clash off the ropes. That was awesome. Then they had the rematch, and I think AJ won that one. So this is really, I think, the third match. War Machine comes out near the end of the match as AJ has he grabs a Fireman's Carry backbreaker on Ricochet. The Viking Raiders come out. They start going out. Then he goes for a charge into the barricade. He misses, goes right through the barricade to lay him out. And the distraction let Ricochet counter the phenomenal form into the recoil in midair. I said the Benninger on Twitter, but the recoil. Yes, 1, 2, 3. So Ricochet is the first man to qualify for the back ladder match. So kind of an upset, if you will, but still, I think you kind of saw that happening. That AJ was probably going to lose, from this segment earlier with War Machine. So Ricochet goes to Money in the Bank, and he's the qualifier. So I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. All right, then we go to the back with RK Bro, and Riddle's there, and he has some merchandise now which you can get on WWEshop.com. He starts talking to Randy Orton, that's not this voice, about wanting to put a stash, not that kind of stash, not that weed. He wants to put a stash of Burger King Whoppers in the briefcase when one of them win. I guess the said case, and then Orton gets pissed. He's like, Riddle, what the fuck you want? Well, he doesn't say fuck, but he always says. So Riddle's like, I just want to, since you won Money in the Bank, can you give me some advice on how I can win Money in the Bank? So Orton's like, just stay out of my way. Let me beat the living shit out of Johnny Drip Drip. So it's gonna be difficult, if I win and you win, if we're both in the match, who's gonna win between us? If it's left to us, who's gonna win? Then he's like, well, it would be awesome if we're both in the match. That would be awesome. And then Orton's like, not for you, and then leaves, and that's it. So, another weird freaking Riddle segment. And that's that. So we'll see what happens with Orton and Riddle in their qualifying matches, and that's that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and we'll move on from there. All right. A little video of the Botch Machine herself, Eva Marie, making her to the company with her protege, Piper Niven, even though they didn't give her name, because commentary is stupid, and still is stupid. With Keith Smith, Corey Slave, and Byron Saxton. Idiots. They don't know. Oh, we don't know. She looks familiar. We don't know her name. That we all know is Piper Niven. Duh. Morons. So anyway, we go from that where we see Eva and Piper walking in the back. Kevin Patrick comes in. Eva Marie watches the fucking name of the announcer. What else is new? And says that, last week, I was supposed to make my debut, but I had a little cold, which prevented her from getting in the ring. And we saw Piper squash Naomi. No pun intended with that one. So she introduces her, Piper, but not as Piper. She says her name is now Doudrop, like I mentioned yesterday, Doudre. And Piper, no, my name is Piper. And the look, she's like, huh? I was like, God. Anyway, yeah. So we get that, and then that's that. So I gave that 1 out of 5 stars. It was just horrible. Horrible fucking shit from a horrible fucking cunt like Eva Marie. Just sad that, Piper never is getting that stupid name. Anyway, we go to match number 2. The first women's qualifying match. We get a tag team match. So the winners go to Money in the Bank. So we have Eva Marie and Doudrop, Piper Niven, taking on Naomi and the lovely Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Nobody is ready for Asuka. Sit my dick. That's all, I guess. Match lasted almost 3 goddamn minutes. Asuka gets in the ring. Eva's in the ring. She quickly tags out to Doudrop. And Asuka's trying her best to, with the kicks and the strikes, trying to beat Piper Niven down. I'm going to call Piper Niven. I'm not calling her that stupid name. As Eva goes to the floor, looks at her nails, like, I'm so pretty. But then Naomi comes in, tries her luck, but doesn't get anywhere as Piper hits a cannonball in the corner. And then Eva tags in as Piper was going up top for a big squash splash. Basically, instead of back to catering. But then Eva tags in, and Piper's like, bitch, what? So she goes to the floor as Eva tries for the pin. Naomi thankfully kicked out. And then Eva's like, I don't know what to do. What should I do? How about wrestle, you dumb bitch? So she tries to go to tag Piper in, and Piper like gets off the apron, and she's like, no. And then Naomi grabs Eva and roll up for the 1, 2, 3. And I went nuts. I marked the fuck out. Yeah, Naomi wins. Finally, she gets a win, and she's well, it is what it is. She finally gets a win. So I gave the match 2 out of 5 stars. And then Eva's like, she's stunned, and then Piper Niven just looks at her and starts smiling. So it made basically everybody in the wrestling world got what she deserved. That's all I gotta say about that. Go to hell, you skank. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, then we got a video of what happened at Hell in a Cell between Charlotte and Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's title. As we know, Charlotte beat Rhea via disqualification after Rhea accidentally hit Charlotte in the face with the part of the announce table. So we get that, and we were supposed to we're gonna get a segment talking about that with Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville. And that's it. Anybody notice the whole thing with it's Pride Month, and then they were showing Sonya Deville, in commercials where when she first came to NXT, and she came out as being gay, being a lesbian. And Trish like, oh. So that was her coming out party when she was in I think trying out for NXT or something like that. So that's that. That's nice and dandy. Toni Storm actually came out today as saying she's bisexual. I thought she was straight, but she likes the D and she likes the P, if you know what I mean. There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't splash on me when you have a three-way with me, okay? With the other guy. Or, you have your girlfriend and you bring me in. And we have a good old-fashioned time. That's all I got to say about that. All right, so after that, we got to look back at the opening segment to set up the main event between Xavier Woods and Bobby Lashley inside Hell in a Cell. So we got that, if you missed that. All right, then we get Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville. They come out to deal with the Rhea Ripley-Charlotte thing that happened at Hell in a Cell. So they bring out both competitors. Rhea comes out, and she's like, why wasn't it a disqualification? I hit it by accident. And she gets in the ring. She gets all pissed. And then Horseface Charlotte comes out. And she's like, doesn't matter to me. I'm going to just, I might have not won the belt, but I'm going to destroy Rhea Ripley soon. So Sonya's like, okay, I'm going to get to the at Money in the Bank. You're both going to fight in a rematch. What else is new? Rematch City at a pay-per-view. So that's it. No, I was thinking that they were going to fight, brawl again. That didn't happen. So they just announced the match. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte 2. That's it. Nothing, no stipulation like a no disqualification, or anything like that. They could do it in the next couple of weeks, maybe. They could add the stipulation of a no disqualification match, or they could do something like what I think they're gonna start doing, which is probably like, they're gonna what do you call it? They're gonna punish people for getting intentionally disqualified, which never happened before in WWE history, as far as I know. So they're doing this shit. So that's what's probably gonna happen. They're gonna have the rematch, and they're gonna have the stipulation: if Rhea Ripley gets intentionally disqualified, she'll lose the belt. And Charlotte's salivating at that because she's gonna try to get Rhea really, really mad to the point where Rhea just can't take it anymore, and then Rhea's gonna boom, hit Charlotte with the belt or something like that, or a chair, or put it to the announce table or something like that. Yeah, as long as Charlotte does not win, I'll be happy. I'd rather have Rhea Ripley versus whoever wins the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, or possibly the returning Becky Lynch. That's that. All right. So we'll move on from that. All right, I gotta get this done quick. We're 9 minutes away. All right, so I gave that segment 2 out of 5 stars, 2.25 out of stars. 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. All right, I got a recap of the whole thing between Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke and Tamina and Natalya, which we saw Natalya beating Mandy at Hell in a Cell on the kickoff show. So that leads us to a photo shoot between Tamina and Natalya, and then we were supposed to get an interview with Sarah Schreiber. And then we hear a bunch of noise from in the distance, so it kind of messes up the photo shoot. Natalya and Tamina go to find out what's going on, and we see Mandy and Dana in their old gear, by the way, training in a ring somewhere. So Natalya gets mad, and it's like, we're trying to do an interview here and a photo shoot, and that leads to another fight like they had a week ago on Raw. So, and then Mandy and Dana kick him off the apron, and they're like, ha ha, ha, we're better than you. So it's just leading to Mandy and Dana against Natalya and Tamina for the women's tag team belts. And nobody gave a flying fuck. I sure didn't. So I gave it 1 out of 5 stars. So I didn't. And then we get to the second bank qualifying match. Randy and his monotonous boys take it on Johnny Drip Drip Morrison with The Miz, in his on commentary in his wheelchair. He tried to get involved early, and Randy beat the crap out of Morrison, backdropped him on the announce table, said he didn't have Byron Saxton. Didn't break. I am the table. So we get that, and then he's trying with the freaking wheelchair. But then in the end, Randy got sent into the winter, and we saw it later on when they're saying he's injured now, but it is what it is. So he hits the demon. He's about to hit it. Base of Randy. Randy gets pissed. And Randy with the uppercut sends Morrison to the apron. And then Riddle comes out on his little freaking scooter, starts chasing after The Miz. And that led Morrison to hit Orton. Then goes up top, hits Starship Pain, and he gets the win. So Morrison is in the Money in the Bank ladder match. He's been in it before. Not that he won it, but he's in there now. So no thanks to Riddle. Randy Orton's out of Money in the Bank for now. So Morrison's, he has a two match winning streak. Yay, John Morrison! Yay, let's give him the title. Match was so I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. And after that, Randy goes up to. Randy's pissed. It is what it is. So we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. All right, then we get the recap of Alexa Bliss using her mind control powers to hypnotize Nia Jax, making her slap Reggie, and then screaming, and then beat Shayna Baszler at Hell in a Cell. And that was that. We go to a segment where Nia says that she's not going to attack Reggie again. Shayna's like, I'm not scared of anyone in the locker room, and no one is going to stop us from qualifying for Money in the Bank. And then Reggie, looking at Shayna, is like, what are you so scared about, dude? And then the interviewer leaves, and then Nia's like, something is different about Alexa. Duh! She's doing a demon witch fiend gimmick. What do you think? Duh. So anyway, then we get to the second women's Money in the Bank qualifying match. We have Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross taking on Shayna and Nia. Excuse me. Alexa comes out with brand new theme music, which is basically her talking a lot. I'm not a big fan of it. I like the Alexa's Playground Fiend type thing. The Bray Wyatt thing. The children's theme song, if you will. So we get that. So she comes out, and we're waiting for her partner Nikki Cross. So we go to the back. We see Nikki, and she's talking about how she's trying to stand out. Needs something to find a way to succeed despite her shortcomings. And we see her in a freaking mask, a blue mask with a little bit of yellow in it. And she's like, we have to find our inner spirit and stuff. So I'm like, what the fuck is she wearing a mask for? Then they pan out, and she's wearing a freaking superhero costume. Which she thought of, by the way. I went on Twitter. It's like, did Shane Helms think of this? And I got a lot of retweets for that, by the way. Thank you very much. So she goes, I went on her Twitter and I said, did Shane Helms think, give you this idea? And then she comes at, she didn't reply to me, but she came out and said, well, this whole thing was just my idea. So basically, she's doing a Scottish version of Mighty Molly Holly. Remember Molly Holly and the hurricane were a little thing? Stupid as fuck. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I went on Twitter and said, this company's dead, dude. This company's dead. And it was going so well, with the upsets, with Johnny Drip Drip beating Randy Orton and Ricochet beating AJ, because we didn't think that was going to happen. So maybe it's like, oh, Raw's going to give us something different. Okay. And then they pull this shit. I was like, oh, great. I was like, I don't give a shit what the rest of the show is now. But anyway, we get to this match. Lexi was in control for most of it. And then they start isolating Nikki, but Nikki gets the hot tag before Nikki got the hot tag to Alexa, Baszler almost hit Nia in the face, and she's like, "What? Whoa! I'm sorry. And then they have their usual arguments, like, "You tried to hit me. No, I didn't try to hit you. You tried to hit me." Them bantering again, and Reggie's like, "Come on, stop it." So then we see on the other side, Lexi goes up to the other on the other side of the ring. She tries to do her mind control thing again. She tries to control Reggie again, and Reggie, she starts bringing her hand up. Reggie has his hand up, and Nia Jax like, Reggie, and then she starts going like this, about to slap him, and then Reggie, Reggie stopped, and he like snapped out of it, and then Nikki like drop kicked him to the floor. And then that led to Nikki grabbing Maki Straw, which is like, I think, an Oklahoma type roll, pin Shayna Baszler. What else is new? Because Nia just standing there looking fat. Man, couldn't even get in the ring to break up the pin. So another loss for Shayna fucking Baszler. I know NXT's on the air now, but I'll get to that later. Almost done. So yeah, that was it. So Shayna Baszler continues to be put in Titus Catering, but it looks like Nia and Shayna are about to break up. Whoop-de-damn-do. And that's it. So Alexa Bliss and Nikki are now in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match as they join Asuka and Naomi, and we're gonna get on the SmackDown side, we're going to get the other competitors. I think there's going to be 6 competitors, I believe. No, 7. I think 6 or probably. I think 7 or 8 competitors. I think. I forgot. I was looking at the poster, and I think it's 7 competitors. So we got 4 from SmackDown, 4 from Raw, 3 from SmackDown. So it'll probably be Bayley, Carmella, and the returning Sasha Banks. And if it's not, why is Sasha Banks not going to be in it? So we'll see. We'll see in the next couple weeks. Because Sasha's supposed to come back on the 16th of July. Now, if they don't put her in there, I'll be pissed. But then again, they could just set up Sasha, Bianca, at SummerSlam, and then maybe get a cash in, depending who wins it. But if Sasha's not in it, Asuka's in it. She'd become a 2-time Money in the Bank winner. Cash in maybe on Rhea Ripley, or whoever has that belt by then. She could do that. Then again, Alexa Bliss is in it. A lot of people thinking, like, why don't you give it to Alexa Bliss? I'm like, I kind of agree with that. I would give it to Lexi at this point if Sasha's not in it. Give it to Lexi, and then let her cash in on whoever has the belt. Either that night at Money in the Bank. Alexa can cash in that night and win the title, and then go to SummerSlam and face either Rhea Ripley again, or she faces Becky. And then Becky will probably beat Alexa, but who knows at this point? Who knows? But we'll find out who will be in the SmackDown women's on SmackDown side, who will qualify for the Money in the Bank. But we'll see what happens on Friday night SmackDown. And we also got on the men's side, SmackDown qualifying matches as well. But we'll see who joins Randy who joins Johnny Drip Drip and Ricochet. And that's that. So we'll see what happens with that. So like I said, that match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And Shayna Baszler once again gets buried to Titus Catering. And that's that. Then we get an interview with Drew McIntyre. He's with Sonya and Adam Pearce. They're telling him, they're asking him, do you really want to do this after him getting the living crap beat out of him? We saw the scars on his back and everything. He's like, I'm gonna fight even if I'm banged up. And he starts quoting Churchill. I'm like, what is this promo is like? He's quoting people. I could care less who you quote, man. Just go in there and kick ass. I don't need to hear freaking quotes and shit. But it is what it is. So Drew looks like he's gonna fight Riddle. He's gonna go to the match even though he's banged up. He's gonna try to find that loophole and get in the Money in the Bank ladder match. But we'll see what happens with that. We'll move on. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. And then we go to commercial. We come back where we have the mid-carders. We have Jinder My Balls with his lackeys in this sheer, even though they have new names now. Jeff Hardy, dude, Cedric Alexander, and the United States champion Sheamus fella, who has a new he has his face mask on, and they're complaining about who should be competing in for Money in the Bank because they as of right now they're not in it. So Sonya's like, I don't want to hear it. Our decisions are final. And then Sheamus brings up, being United States champion, I should be in automatically. So Adam Pearce is like, oh, you're gonna actually defend the belt now? You're all healed up. You want to defend the belt? And Sheamus is like, I gotta find a doctor. So he leaves. Stupid. And then Jinder My Balls starts complaining about nothing. Then he's like, what if one of the participants cannot make it? You should think about, they can't make it to Money in the Bank. You should consider me as an alternate. So we'll see what happens with that. So don't hinder Jinder My Balls. And that's it. So we'll see what happens next week. I bet you he'll get in. I bet you Jinder My Balls will get in. God forbid he wins that match. The internet will go nuts. Like when he won the WWE title, everyone was like, crap. And then he held it for 6 months, a horrible 6-month title reign, and thankfully AJ Styles beat him. That's all I got to say about that. All right, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, after that, we get to the last Raw Money in the Bank qualifying match. Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle. This was match of the night. This was great. Back and forth they went, beating the living bejesus out of each other. Close calls throughout. Getting to the end, and Drew grabs a Mission Nuclear Driver for a near fall. He goes up, only to dive into a triangle choke by Riddle. That gets reversed into the Future Shock DDT for a near fall. Riddle then collapses before Drew can hit the Claymore. Then we get a ripcord knee by Riddle, the final flash knee. Goes for the floating bro and missed it. Drew tries to go for the Claymore again. It gets counted into the bro mission, which that gets counted. And then Drew hits the Glasgow Kiss headbutt. Actually setting up. He hits it and then he sets up for the electric chair drop. But Riddle reverses into a victory roll. 1, 2, 3. Matt Riddle surprises Drew McIntyre. And like I said, the match of the night, I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. Just awesome. So finally, Raw was picking up. I was like, well, this is actually pretty decent. Thank God. So he wins. And then after the match, Randy Orton was watching it, on the ramp. So Riddle goes up the ramp on his scooter, and he looks at Randy. Randy's like, "Fucking Riddle, man. Fuck you, Riddle." And then Riddle's like, "Randy, what's wrong? You can talk to me, man. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Talk to me, bro." And then Riddle's like, wants a fist bump, and Randy's like, "Fuck you, man." So Orton is pissed. And I would not be surprised if he costs Riddle, at Money in the Bank, and then RK Bro goes, bye. Another tag team go bye-bye. Because there's no tag teams on Raw. What else is new? There is no tag team division. No tag teams. You got the New Day, you got AJ and Omos, and War Machine. But what are you gonna do with Jinder, when Indus Sheer, Jinder's little friends? You can't put them on Raw and have a little match against 2 jobbers. I don't care what who they are. Two Hammerhagers from NXT Developmental. Let them beat the crap out of them every freaking week, and then let them actually maybe fight the New Day or fight War Machine. But WWE Creative is not creative at being creative with no ideas. Just it is what it is. So see what happens with that. All right, then we get a recap of the Elias Gunner Jackson Riker feud, which saw Elias get counted out 2 weeks in a row. So that leads to Gunner in the back, and he's whipping himself. He must like beating himself up. Not like that. He starts beating himself with a strap, and then we pan over. We see Mansoor. He's like, I just wanted to ask you for some advice. So Riker's like, I'm not talking to you. And then Mansoor looks like a sad panda, and he starts leaving. And then Gunner's like, never let your enemy escape. So Mansoor's like, what? Mm-hmm. So he says it again. And Riker's like, more often than not, those closest to you are wolves in sheep's clothing. Then he announces that he will fight Elias for the 3rd time, but this time in a scrap match. And he says Elias is all about the music, and next week the big hit will be the scrap against Elias's flesh. And that's that. So I was like, okay, that segment is over. But no, it does not end. Of course, we go to Mansoor going to leave, and he runs up to soon-be new dad, Mustafa Ali. Tells, he's like, you're asking, stupid questions to, asking the wrong people. Then he brings up why are people in the Money in the Bank qualifying matches stealing spots from both of us? Still mad about 2019? Really? Not yeah. 2019 was 3 years ago. 2018 really, but whatever. 2000. I was right. 2019. That's the when WrestleMania 35 was. So he's still pissed about that shit. Get over it, dude. Because you're stuck in catering anyway with Mansoor. And then he says, if we don't get the chance to climb the ladder of success, you have to build your own ladder. And then we see Riker just continuing to beat the living shit out of himself. And that's that. So that was kind of a weird segment, but it is what it is. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars, and that's that. I know we're 12 minutes late with NXT. I'll go back and watch it, but it is what it is. All right, and then we have the Hell in a Cell load. So we get to the Bobby Lashley, Xavier Woods, non-title, MVP, Kofi Kingston at ringside, and Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. Woods got some offense in. Hits a running chair shot to Lashley. They didn't really use the cage much. Lashley's yelling at Kofi. Throughout the whole match. Woods gets a Bobby in the back with it. Then it hits a victory roll face plant for a near fall. Then he gets a tornado DDT for another near fall. Then he grabs a table. And no, there was no invisible hand. The hand that was under the ring at Hell in a Cell. We still don't know who it was. Still not. I don't think it was Hornswoggle. Anyway, so he sets up the table. Lashley's quick powerbomb attempt is broken up. And Xavier hits a super kick, puts him on the table. Then he goes up top and does the rope rock, almost coast to coast elbow, sending Lashley through the table. Goes for the pin and gets 2. Look like Woods kind of might have overshot him a little bit. But then Lashley sends Xavier face first. I mean, really, like boom, into the corner. Then he hits the spear, which sets up the Hurt Lock, and Xavier Woods does what he always does, taps out. And that's it. So Lashley wins the match inside Hell in a Cell, which did not need to be in Hell in a Cell. Still, it was a decent match. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that was it. After the match, Lashley continues to beat down on Xavier. The referee opens, he unlocks the cage. MVP sneaks inside. Then he takes the key and he locks himself in the cage. And the referee's like, they can't do anything. And then Kofi's coming from around the cage. He's trying to get in. He's like, his head is like halfway in the cage. And Lashley and MVP beat the living crap out of Xavier. They pushed. They put against the side of the cage. He puts him in the Hurt Lock again. They put him right against the cage. Kofi is screaming, "Let him go! Let him go! Let him go!" And then MVP's like dangling the freaking key, and like freaking Kofi's hand is like right there. I'm like, why couldn't you just grab the damn key and snatch it from him, and then go all the way around the cage and open the door so you can save your partner? Kofi too stupid. That's it. But it sets up, the hype going into their match at Money in the Bank, which I assume that Lashley will win, go to SummerSlam and face either Killer Kross, who had his date butt match on Main Event. Same thing for Bronson Reed. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be Killer Kross in his WWE Raw debut with the lovely Scarlett Bordeaux. So we have that. So that's what I'm thinking it's going to be. Bobby Lashley and Killer Kross for the WWE title. And I'm probably going to give it right to Kross. Like he did in NXT. Remember when he debuted? He beat up a bunch of guys, then beat up Ciampa. And then, we thought he was going to face Adam Cole. And then Keith Lee won the belt. And then he gets, he got the first shot, and he won at TakeOver. Then he hurt his shoulder. He had to give up the belt, and then it took him like a few months to come back. And then he comes back, and right away he gets a title shot. And at Stand and Deliver, he beat Finn Balor to get the belt. And then at the last TakeOver, he kept the belt in that Fatal 5-Way War. And that's it. So we'll see what happens with that. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Killer Kross and Bobby Lashley one-on-one at SummerSlam for the WWE title, and Kross is probably going to win. If it's not Kross, it might be returning Keith Lee, but I highly doubt Keith Lee will be coming back. Highly doubt it. Like I said, he might be at PWG. So I'm thinking, we're going to be hearing maybe in the next coming weeks, Keith Lee gets released and Mia Yim. They both get released. But it is what it is. We all know where Mr. Lee is right now. In Mia Yim's hole, if you know what I mean. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, so that's it for a Monday Night Snore. Well, it was actually pretty decent. So I gave it 6.5 out of 10 stars. I might be overrating it, but most people are giving it about 6.5. It is what it is. I know I'm missing 20 minutes of NXT, but I'll catch up. I might do a review later tonight on the Peter Gilmore channel, but so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to hit the bell to get notified of what I have. All right, we'll finish off with a little bit of chat, and that's it. Okay, Nick says, Dewdrop, that is the worst fucking name they gave Piper Niven. Yeah, exactly. Could have been worse. They could have gave us something really ridiculous. I don't even know who actually thought of it. I could give you 2 guesses. Vince, Bruce. One of those idiots thought of it. That's good shit. We're going to name you Dewdrop. If you don't like it, Piper, you're fired. But thankfully, I think they're going to drop that name, hopefully. Because I think, Piper and Evans going to probably have a little thing with Eva Marie. Hope she squashes her like a freaking grape. But, knowing WWE logic, Eva's going to win somehow. And nobody will give a flying you-know-what. That's that. All right, Nick says, sounds like WWE creator came up with that name after taking a shit. Yeah, they could have named her Deuce. And then she comes out with, Kiss's hit song Deuce. Instead they changed it around. She's worth a deuce. Thankfully, they didn't name her Deuce or use Kiss's, song Deuce because, Gene Simmons were like, give me the money, Vince. Gene Simmons likes to use, he wants all the money and the royalties and shit. Him and Paul Stanley. They want all the money. That's why ticket prices for a Kiss concert, you need 6 arms and 6 legs to go to a damn Kiss concert. I mean, and this is basically it. I mean, I think after this, at the end of this year, I think they're doing the last leg of the tour, I think they call it the end of the world tour, whatever it's called. Yeah, that's it. Kiss is done. Retired. Goodbye. No reunions. Nothing like that. But hopefully, the last concert they have, they bring out. Hopefully, they'll bring out Ace Frehley. I don't know if he's gonna be in his makeup. They'll bring out Peter Criss, maybe in his makeup, the Catman and the Spaceman. But what they really should do is the last concert, they should just be unmasked, no makeup, just play unmasked, and bring out the old school guys, like Vinnie Vincent if they can find him, and Bruce Kulick. That's it. That'd be great. Or just they could still do being makeup and everything, but just have and have Ace and Peter Criss in the makeup. But just and if they want to do something with Bruce Kulick and Vinnie Vincent, Vinnie could be in his Pharaoh makeup back when he was back in 1982, before they unmasked, and then after he left, there was Mark St. John, God bless his mighty soul, who had that one. It was on part of Animalize. And then after, they had that, I think it was on one song, which was, Heaven's on Fire. And then, the next thing we know, Bruce Kulick comes in and he was on all those 80s albums with Kiss up till 1995. And then Kiss reunited on the MTV Music Awards in their makeup with the original lineup. And that was it. Bruce Kulick goes bye-bye. Eric Singer kind of went bye-bye for a little bit, but then he came back after the reunion tour. Then that ended, I think, in 2002 with the original lineup. And then Tommy Thayer comes in to replace Ace Frehley, which was a bad mistake. And then Eric Singer replaces Peter Criss. That's it. And that's been what Kiss is, the last few years. But yeah, I would have Bruce Kulick come in to play a couple songs, just by himself. He doesn't have to have makeup on. He really didn't want to have makeup on. That's why we didn't see Bruce and Eric on the reunion, because they didn't want to be with makeup, even though Eric Singer's now doing the Catman makeup. But, that's his opinion. I mean, it is what it is. But Kiss is still great. If you haven't seen Kiss or listened to Kiss, any of their songs are just fucking awesome. That's it. But yeah, I would I would love to see that kind of reunion. And sadly, we lost. They lost Mark St. John. He died of cancer, I think. And Eric Singer. What's his name? Oh, God damn it. Eric. Oh, God. Eric Carr. The Fox. The Mighty Fox who banged those skins like any other one of the probably one. Put him in the top 10 drummers in the world, best drummers in the world. He's right there in the top 5, or at least the top 10. He banged those skins like no one. He's still doing it in heaven right now. With Neil Peart, not Peart, Peart of Rush, banging those skins, baby, banging them. That's why we hear all the thunder. Why do you think it thunders so much? Huh. It's Eric Carr and Neil Peart just bang, 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 bang. Banging those skins, banging those drums in heaven. Having a good old time in heaven. With Ronnie James Dio, God bless his mighty soul. Randy Rhoads, and Jimi Hendrix, all the ones that went on before us. Just having a good old-fashioned super group in heaven. God is loving it. The Lord is loving the metal. Yes, he does. Jesus Christ. He's having a good time too. And hopefully when we all go, not anytime soon, hopefully, but when we go to the pearly gates, we go through the pearly gates, and the next thing we see is fucking Randy Rhoads banging some freaking riff. Ronnie singing, just the rainbow in the dark. I can't sing like Ronnie. I'm sorry. Doing the freaking metal slides. I'm like, everybody's going nuts. Ozzy will probably be there. Singing Crazy Train. What's up, you fuckers? Ozzy will be there. Like everybody else will be there, like Metallica. Def Leppard. Bon Jovi, maybe. I don't know. It'll be a good old time when we get there. It'll be a good old-fashioned metal fest up in there. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. It is what it is. Speaking of, going off a little tangent, like I always do, I want to send my prayers to Fieldy from Korn. He's taking a hiatus from Korn to deal with some problems that he's had, some, I think, health issues. I think he's got like depression or something. He just got some, wants to deal with some stuff. So he's taking some time away from Korn. So everybody's like, oh, who's going to replace him? Well, we don't know. People saying David Ellefson from Megadeth. They're saying Rob Trujillo's son. You know, Rob Trujillo from Metallica. Well, Metallica. You know, they might put him in. They put some other guys in, you know, as a replacement until Fieldy gets better. You know, and you know, Cohen came out. I think it was today. They had a statement that says, you know, we support Fieldy. You know, getting better and everything. Yeah. It's hard to be in a band. It's very hard. I should know. I was in a band once. It's very hard because you got people clashing over shit. That's what breaks up bands. Besides, you know, band members sleeping with their girlfriends. Yeah, fortunate. And when I was in a band, I didn't have a girlfriend at the time, so I don't have to worry about that shit. I just play my electric twanger. That's it. And battle the bands, you know, that's it. In my high school, I had battle the bands, and we didn't win. But we tore the house down, but we didn't win. It sucked. And then after that, you know, we went our separate ways after that. By the way, the name of our group was Terror Rising. Remember, like Triple H, Terror Rising, but we spelled it differently. I'll put it in the chat for you guys. Hold on, give me 1 second. There it is, right there. Hopefully we'll get. Okay, there we go. All right, here it is for Nick, and then for everybody else. That's the name of the band I used to have back in high school. We're banned for like about a year. That's it. Terror Rising. If you say it fast enough, Terror Rising. Yeah. We had a couple of chicks come up to us after the show. I try to get with us, you know. But me being, you know, like a 16, 17-year-old kid, not knowing about you know, the boobies and all the sex and all that stuff. You know, I learned about it in high school, you know. I wasn't ready to, you know, for the life of, you know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You know, all that shit. You know, minus the drugs. Minus the drugs. You know, just want to be rock and roll. You know, and just have a lot of sex with a lot of great looking women. But you know, I could have kept going. Maybe getting some other bands and stuff like that. But yeah, it is what it is. I jam once, you know, every so often with some guys and stuff now, and not live. I just do it in the studio. I'm like a studio guy. That's what my job is. So I just go in. I'm like a studio jam guy. You know, but I get credited. You know, if they do they put on like an indie album, I get credited for being in the studio and shit like that. Whose phone is that? Oh, it's Rose's phone. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hello? Hi, Gino. Hey. Oh, she went shopping. Something wrong? Oh, crap. Yeah, that happened to me last night. My router went off and then it reset, and then I couldn't get on my Wi-Fi on my phone. So I was about to call you. I was like, what the hell's going on? Right? But then it came back maybe 15 minutes later. All right, I'll see if I can get in touch with her. All right, no problem. Okay. All right, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Stepdaughter called. Rose's daughter called. She's in a crisis, so I gotta get this done, and I gotta get an emergency call to Rosa because something's going on with her. Nothing serious or anything like that, but anything. All right, let's finish up. All right, we'll finish up. So yeah, Terrorizing was my high school band. That's it. All right, that too. All right, Nick says just have a no disqualification match with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte. I agree. Plain and simple. They turn Nikki Cross into the female version of the Hurricane. Not like I said, the Scottish version of Molly Holly. So yeah, they're gonna ruin her. Surprised Nikki Cross hasn't gone to Titus Catering yet. Yeah, they're gonna push this gimmick to death. And she'll probably be the next one in line for the World Women's title pretty soon. But we'll see what happens with that. All right. Final comment. Ripley versus Flair in a no disqualification match is a no-brainer. Yeah, exactly. I agree. I completely agree. And that's it. All right. That's it for the comments. Thank you all for watching, everybody. Once again, 6.5 out of 10 stars for Monday Night Raw. And we'll see what happens later. Well, now on NXT, I have missed 34 goddamn minutes, so I have to, go back to the beginning and then, somehow get to live action. So I'm gonna miss most of it, but then I'm gonna watch it. Blah 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 blah. Then I gotta wait for Rosa to get home because she's shopping, so she's got the car, so I can't go anywhere. Sucks. But I have to go somewhere tomorrow, so I need the car. And that's that. So I have to go to the bank, cash my check, if you know what I mean. That's that. All right, so that's it. Thank you all for watching. Nick, as always, thank you for coming in. And I might be back later for my NXT review later tonight. If not, probably be tomorrow. And we'll see what happens with that. That's it. Also, actually, was announced next week on Raw. We're gonna have a last chance qualifying match between AJ Styles, Randy Orton, it's not this voice, and Drew McIntyre in a triple threat match, and the winner will be the fourth participant in on the Raw side for the Money in the Bank, and I think there's going to be 3 or 4 on SmackDown, and that's it. So we'll see what happens on SmackDown this Friday night, and then we'll hopefully get the Raw rating and the NXT rating probably before the weekend ends, and that's it. Because last weekend, just about the last weekend of June, as getting close to July 4th weekend, everybody. Gonna be great. Summer's just getting started. It's gonna be great summer, hopefully, and we'll see what happens with that. So, thank you all for watching. That's all I gotta say about that. And that's it. So, thank you all for watching. If you're not down with that, I got 3 words for you. All you trolls can suck my dick, and my 3 words are fuck you, man. Thank you for the dislikes. Thank you for the views. Because you can't do shit. Lick my balls, bitch. And that's it. So, all you trolls out there, bite me. That's it. Thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace, bitches.